It's getting late. Oh, do I have to? Oh, I have to click. Alright. My eyelids have begun to feel heavy. I better go to sleep. I'll leave aside the book I'd been reading and look out my window. The process of falling asleep is always a struggle against noise. Barking dogs, police sirens, or even my own intrusive thoughts. But not even the turning gears of my brain are producing much sound. Tonight is just oddly quiet. Quiet. Too quiet. I feel restless. My sight veers towards the hallway outside my door. The distance between my room and the opposite wall is only 10 steps long. Hi, Royal. I'm glad you're here. I know since I've made a habit of counting them whenever I go out. 1, 2, 3, absent-mindedly, but always. I don't know why. Hey. Maybe I just like being aware of my surroundings to the smallest details. But tonight is different. The hallway looks like it stretches into nothingness, like the throat of a gargantuan beast. So do I open my eyes or not? You get to just watch the whole thing. I'm not supposed to open my eyes. Logical thinking cries that it's just my imagination. There can't be anything wrong or different about it. It's just a hallway. But I don't want to look at it. So I take a deep breath and close my eyes. Haha, okay. This is ASMR, keep talking. Is my mic sound good? Can you hear me well? In my room, there's a bed. In my room, there's a wardrobe. In my room, there's pictures framed on the wall. My room is a part of myself. It's a world I know like the back of my hand. Were someone to blindfold me and ask me to find my way around, I'd do so without the slightest difficulty. Nice try. As long as nothing changes, having my eyes closed makes no difference. In this room, I can always find what I want to find. Because in this room, I know how everything looks. I need to wake up early tomorrow. I should really try to sleep. If you're not listening to this turned up, you definitely should.
I don't have a penis.
Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Somebody's walking closer. What's that sound? Are those footsteps? No, that's impossible. It must be my imagination. But it's getting closer. And closer. And closer. Someone fapping. And closer. They are gone. Right. There's no way someone could be there. Jen, hey Twitchy. I hope you have your volume turned up.
Open your eyes.
No. The name says no.
Open your eyes.
This is me coming to steal your dog. How you doing, Twitchy?
Look at me.
I do my best to ignore the voice.
Why won't you look at me? Where are your manners?
I'm good, Twitchy. Just enjoying this game.
If a stranger asks for help, is it right to ignore them? Is that how it is?
I can feel someone breathing over my ear. It's cold.
I will share a secret with you.
Did I be saying don't open your eyes? I'm not really here. Just let me leave with your dog. No.
I have never seen myself before. I don't know if my face is ugly. I don't know the color of my skin. I don't know if I'm even here.
It's free real estate.
That is why I need you to open your eyes.
Nope.
So you can tell me how I look.
It's not gonna happen.
But I'm also shy. So I might hide the moment you do. You won't find me anywhere. And soon, you will forget. Like a faded dream. I know you're not asleep. Listen, with those tiny ears of yours. They look so fragile.
They are. It doesn't take much pressure to remove an ear.
Like I could almost grab them.
I feel something caress my ear.
Put my fingers around them. And tear them off.
Aggressive.
If I do, will you scream?
Yeah. Probably.
Will I hear your voice? It was a joke. I'm joking. Don't be scared. Hey. How do you think my eyes look? When our gazes finally meet, what will you find?
This guy needs some Xanax to calm down.
Answer me.
They look broken. They look empty. They look lost. I think they look
They
lost.
look lost.
Yeah.
That may be so. I am never sure of where I am. My days consist of wandering about aimlessly, searching for something. attention, what I'm searching for will slip away. The thought terrifies me. It terrifies me so much.
Get a GPS.
So I always keep my eyes peeled.
Meow. What's up, Kirby? Hey girl, what's up? Playing some creepy games?
Even if there's nothing to see.
After this game, we're gonna do the Watson Scott test, and then once that's over, I want to play some Dead by Daylight if you're down.
That way, nothing will slip away.
I'm hungry. We'll get some food made.
No matter where it goes, and no matter where it hides.
Let's get some food. I'm down. I think my roommate's bringing home pizza tonight.
No matter how terrifying the world might be.
My weekend's almost over. Today was my last day off, so I go back to work. I work Sundays through Thursdays. So yesterday I did a lot. I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work in my house and in my yard.
No matter the countless terrible things I witnessed by mistake in the process. No matter what, I will never blink. I will forever be confused by the world around me. I will forever be lost.
You work the same days I do, just a different time. Yeah. I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know you worked Sunday through Thursday. But yeah, my weekend is going pretty good. I got a lot done. How's your weekend, Kirby? And Twitchy, your weekend's almost over. How was it? Yeah, you work midnights.
But what is that something that I'm searching for?
Love. He's looking for love.
It's been so long since my wandering began. I can no longer recall the feelings that drove me to it. What is it? Is it something I can hold? Is it a being of flesh and bones? Is it nearby? Is it you? Hey, have you ever looked so fervently for something that you end up losing yourself in the process?
Poignant.
Have you?
I remain silent.
These eyes. Are these my eyes? A good answer. Yet there is only one way to know the truth. Open your eyes. So you won't look at me.
Anyway, Jen, I gotta get. Battery's dying and I have to GPS home. Wanted to say hi. Well, thank you for coming in, Twitchy. I'm glad you stopped by, and I hope I'll talk to you later.
Even though your eyes are so pretty,
Thank you.
I can't see them, but I can imagine them behind their veil of flesh,
Veil of flesh.
round like pearls, and shiny like jewels. So pretty.
The breath of cold air caresses my eyelashes.
It's fine. We still have time. The night is still and silent. People are good at closing their doors. Do you know what a door is?
Yeah. I know.
Of course you know. You have one right there at the verge of your little world. A door is a barrier to keep the bad out. thing, a bad person, a bad smell. And sometimes, me. I can't open doors. I find them tricky.
This
Should
guy's
I
voice
push
is like
or
A+.
pull?
Should I push or pull? We all have that problem, I think.
Should I turn the knob left or right?
Both.
Should I try to take it off its hinges?
Extreme.
Should I chip away at it, hoping it will fall apart? And what happens when it opens? Do I close it behind me? Do I keep it open? But that might be rude to the person who had it closed. But then, how do I get out? And what happens if the wind pushes it close? What then? So many options. So many things that could go wrong. Whenever I stand in front of a closed door, it paralyzes me. I stare at it for a long time and think of my excuses. Because that's all they are. What bothers me the most about closed doors is the idea they exist to keep me out. It fills me with the need to go in. So I search for a crevice or a window. Anything that might be open. Anything that might let me in. I'm not good with doors. But as long as there's a place where I can fit, then I can go in anywhere. Every night, I hop across the shadows of the streets. I'm careful so as to not be caught by the light. In my eternal search, I pick a place where to rest. I slip in and spend the night wherever is comfortable, without alerting anyone. Usually it's a cellar, an attic, anywhere with dust, with dirt. I feel at home there. But sometimes, just sometimes, an urge swells inside of me. The urge to be seen. So I search hard for a door that's open, for an entryway covered in darkness, and for someone to be at the other end, awake, as if expecting me. But you won't look at me, even though you had your door open for visitors. Why is that? Are you afraid? Do I scare you? No, that can't be it. We have been chatting for so long. You haven't chased me out. That means you welcome me.
No, I guess.
So I'm certain that if I were to reach out my hand,
Something moves over my bed sheets.
you would reciprocate and grasp it. I'm sure your hands are warm. So very warm. Because people are always warm. Hey. How do my hands look when my warmth finally meets yours? How will it feel? Answer me.
They look tired, they look deceitful, they look incomplete.
They
I like
look
that one.
incomplete.
I like the sound of that. Yeah.
That may be so.
Oh, I don't like the way they look though.
Amidst my travels, lost more than I can imagine. I have left people behind. People who were my chat companions, just like you are now. So it's no wonder that by leaving them behind, I will leave parts of me as well. Things such as skin, or flesh, or bones, or anything that makes me, me. As farewell gifts, it sounds like an excuse, and that's because it is. Because I am careless and overly curious. I can't help but wonder how everything feels to the touch, like the crust of a tree, or the surface of a frozen lake. But sometimes I find something else, like a building engulfed in a raging fire. I think of the screams in the distance, or the suffering and death and charred skin, and wonder, how does that feel? So I put my hands to the fire. It hurts, but I tolerate it, and keep them there, for long enough that the uncomfortable feeling dissipates, and the smell of charred skin starts protruding from my own, and when I take them out, the feeling persists. That horrible, but intoxicating feeling. I seek such extreme sensations. The edge of a knife sometimes provides it. Other times, the fangs of a beast. Most times, however, it's by mere accident. I would place my fingers over a benign surface, only to discover it's covered in spikes, and I would leave my hands there as I traverse along it, leaving parts of my body as a farewell gift. In that sense, it's not so different from what I was saying before. The fire and the blades are friends. They have granted me times of great fun. So, it's only polite to leave something of yours as a sign of thanks. But there's one thing I've always loathed from these encounters. They're always painful. I'd rather they weren't. Hey, have you ever placed yourself in harm's way, only to feel a satisfaction you've realized is not yours? Have you?
I remained silent.
These hands, are these my hands? Is that so? How do my hands, when my warmth finally meets, answer me? They look tired. That may be so.
That was better.
These fingers of mine have touched so many things. They are always stretching forwards, reaching out for something. The tip of my fingers dance over the surfaces that I travel, and their sensations reach the core of my brain. Be it the softness of the first spring flowers, or the roughness of a wall made out of rubbish. Caressing, grabbing, clawing, no matter the time of day, no matter if I'm awake or asleep, as if they had a mind of their own. Even now, they clutch onto the fabric of your bed sheets. They like how these thousands of threads intertwine with each other. The rustle of fabric against fabric, of skin against skin is irresistible. They want more. They want to feel closer, to have it between them and around them, more and more and more. Sometimes, however, they can't reach as far as they'd like. That's when I lend a hand. I take over never tired. Because they never stop seeking. And most likely, never will. Hey, have you ever stretched your fingers to grab a hold of something important, only to learn that it's been long out of your grasp? Have you?
I remain silent.
These hands. Are these my hands? Good answer. Yet, there is only one way to know the truth. Open your eyes. So you won't look at me. Even though my hands could be the same as yours. Think about it. Maybe you and I are similar. No, I know we are. I can feel it in my skin. Oh. Can you hear it? My skin is pulsating. It has been long since this happened.
He's pulsating, guys.
It's a sign of my innermost emotions flowing out. I wander the world, wanting to be seen. I'll be satisfied as long as someone tells me how I look. But it's not like anyone will do. If it did, then it would be oh so easy, since I could show myself to everyone at once. Every living person in this land, and ask them all the same question. Someone will answer, there's no doubt about it, but it might not be the answer I wish for, since I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be perceived as something I'm not. It scares me. That is why, when someone is on the verge of looking at me, I shy away. I hide, fading into the dark. But you might be different. If it's you, it might be possible to stand still, if only for a second. That way you can help me, and we can both be fulfilled. Just thinking about it, it makes me feel something. I cannot describe it. I am not good with words. There was a person in my past who taught me to speak like a person. They were not good at it either. And thinking back on it, they certainly didn't enjoy it. To teach a wordless being how to talk must be a challenge. Yet, they did. Simply because they could. It is weird to remember. Because it makes me think of why I want to be seen. And I am not sure. I don't care much for my appearance. I don't want to be judged. But if that were it, I could easily stay out of sight. So why is it? Why do I want someone to recognize me so much? Maybe it's only because I can. Because everyone gets to be recognized. But me. But I will. Soon. Once you open your eyes. Just thinking about the moment you unveil your sight onto me, and you finally take those bed sheets off your body. And you inspect every crevice of mine. And you finally open those tight lips of yours to let me hear what I am. And to maybe even face. Hey, what does my expression look like? When that veil of uncertainty finally disappears, what will we convey to each other? Answer me.
Surprised and grimace.
A surprised grimace. That may be so. Tonight is the first I hear about my eyes. And the new and unexpected is always a source of surprise. People always act surprised when I show myself before them. So it makes sense that my appearance would surprise me as well. At times, they stop moving, merely looking at me in awe. At others, they scream and run and exhaust themselves to the point they can't think. Others, they don't feel much at all. They sit and stay and attempt to talk. I don't like when they do that. It's like they are not seeing me, not recognizing me. I much prefer when they freeze. I much prefer when they scream. A reaction is what I want. It's a sign that I am there, and that my existence means something to them.
I actually don't know what I want to see in his expression. I knew pretty quickly which eyes and hands I wanted him to have, but I'm
That's
having a
why
hard
I
time
like you.
thinking of which expression he should have.
You did not scream, yet you did not run either. You were surprised and averted your eyes, but instead, you stayed, listening, acknowledging. You are the first to do this for me. You are new and unexpected. Yet, how odd. Is this really surprise? No, you say it is, but what I'm feeling right now,
Didn't mean to jump through that.
what I'm
Sorry.
experiencing, it's not the same as those who've seen me. As if their surprise was something different from mine. Hey, have you ever acted surprised? Not because you are, but because you believe that's how you must feel. Have you?
I remain silent.
This expression, is this my expression? Is that so? Then, what does my expression look like? When that veil of uncertainty finally disappears, what will we convey to each other? Answer me. An emotionless stare. That may be so. Expressions are difficult.
Yeah. That suits him.
They require one's face to contort in many different ways. I am not capable of that. Everything about me is stiff. From the way I walk, to the way I talk, to the way I feel. It is something I noticed long ago. I may hurt and I may grow, but I do not change. Not in the way other people do. People interact with each other. They form connections. They experience thrills. A person becomes someone different with each passing second, turning old and perishing. However, I don't think I'm capable of any of those things. My journey began long ago, longer than any person has ever journeyed. And in my life, I have seen others born and die. Born and die. A person's existence is so fleeting. And yet, so many things happen to them. So many worthwhile memories. It is something I lack. Were I to write a book, I could not fill a single page. It's not for the lack of memories, but rather because these memories mean nothing to me, save for a minuscule number. They are all the same, blending with each other into a mottled gray, lacking the meaning people often give to that which they care about. Perhaps if someone else had lived what I had, they would see meaning. They would treasure it. But I cannot. No matter how I try, I can't see any worth in what I do. And by extension, in what I am, I want for someone to tell me how I look. Yet, I don't see that as important. No one but me would care. So why should I care? But that doesn't mean I have never felt. I feel things. Joy, sorrow, fear. I am always feeling. And right now, I am feeling strongly. It's here in my pulsating skin. You say my expression is motionless, that it shows nothing. And if you say so, it must be true. But soon you will see something, because what I'm feeling is not nothing. Hey, have you ever masked yourself with a difference, only to hide the overwhelming emotions hiding beneath? Have you?
I remain silent.
This expression, is this my expression?
Yes.
I see. Thank you. You have truly helped me tonight. These are my eyes. These are my hands. And this is my expression. I consider these my most treasured features, and you have helped me picture them all. No one has done this for me. I feel a connection with you, one born out of honest gratitude. But there's one step left. You need to make sure of the truth. It is the only way to finally understand each other. So please, I beg of you, open your eyes.
I really want to open my eyes, guys. Oh, wait. Can I see? Yes. He's not there. There's nothing there. No, okay.
No,
No.
I see. I understand. No, it's fine. You have still helped me by answering my questions. No one has done that for me before, so I have no right to ask for anything else. No. That is a lie.
That's not true. I just don't have the choice to engage with you.
Not even once. Not even once, not even once, not even once, not even once, not even once. Not even once. Did you open your eyes? Not even once. Did you look at my face? You stayed there, acting as if you were asleep, feigning ignorance and not moving an inch. At times making me believe that our conversation was just in my head. You haven't opened your mouth. But you didn't need to. I can hear far, far beyond what most others can. And I can see further than what others would consider the dark, empty bottom. That's why I know that I wasn't wrong. You are like me. We are the same. You too look for what's not there. You too reach out for what might hurt you. And you too are a liar. The type that shows one thing, but you made a mistake. I know you're lying because every answer you've given me so far has been wrong. I am not what you said I am. These eyes, these hands, this expression. They aren't mine. Maybe they are yours, but I do not care. Not anymore. Open your eyes. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to be perceived for something I'm not, and that's all you did. So now, you will open your eyes and see me for what I truly am. You said so, remember? That in this room, you know how everything looks. It was those words that brought me here. So you have to do right by that which you claimed. It is time. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. You had your chance.
Is that gonna let me know?
It's not up to you anymore. You won't open your eyes. I will.
Something coils around my head. The pressure around my skull is unbearable. I hear something shatter.
Your eyes are as beautiful as I imagined. Tell me, my new friend, what do you see?
I want to answer, but they've grabbed onto my head and won't let me talk. But what I see is I close my eyes.
That won't do. Open your eyes. Open them. Open them now. Open, open, open. Open. Oh no. It seems I did it again. You can't see anymore, right? You can't talk anymore, right? You can't think anymore, right? Then, this is farewell. Thank you for trying, friend. Even though you are a liar, I leave this piece of myself here with you. I must go. I must look for the right person. Someone who can tell me how I look. Someone who can explain to me why everyone looks like that when they do.
There's something in my hand. It's what they left behind. What is it? It feels important. But I can no longer open my eyes. That's it. That's Don't Open Your Eyes. I really love that game. I think it's genuinely great and so unique.